Hello, and welcome back to Matt's Rocks 2, formerly Matt's Rocks 1, or Matt's Rocks. I can't get into that channel, so I started another one. Today I'm going to do these two pieces. It's the same rock, but it's two pieces, two halves. I cut it. And I'm just going to make samples out of it because it's not all that appealing. It wouldn't be good for jewelry, but it'll make a nice sample. I don't really care for the stuff that's formed on top of it. I'm not sure what exactly that is, but it's fairly ugly, especially compared to the last one I did. But I'm just gonna polish the faces. I'm not even gonna round an edge on either one of these, just because this one here, that's about all I was gonna get out of it anyway, because it's I could probably get there's only that much agate on it. The rest of this is all quartz, this whole top part of it, and I just don't see much use for that, as broke up as it is. But we're gonna start on this. I'm gonna start on the 280, bring you back in after I get done with the 600, and then we'll finish it out. So let's go ahead and get started here. Finally ordered me some new felts. Got the white ones this time. They seem to last longer. These ones didn't last very long at all. This is pretty smooth too. I can't really even see any scratches or any curve marks in it hardly. They're real light. So this one might not take very long. It's only about 2/16 of an inch wider than my pads or my wheels too. So hopefully it won't have a lot of pits in it. Okay, let me zoom this in real quick. Well, good. I don't know if I can show it to you, but we'll try. You can see all the flashes winking back out of that top quartz up here. Let me wipe that water off again. All kinds of nice little rainbow colors coming out of it. Not real bright, not real big, but a bunch of flashes off that quartz. I didn't expect that. Seems pretty clear down on this lower section. In between the top here and this down here, this just seems to be the clearest agate in it. It's got a little bit of shine on it already even. Still got some Long ways scratches to get out of there though. Okay, here's my piece. There's the first side, that's the bigger side. Got a pretty good shine on it already. Not super, but it's dull. It's got dull stuff in it. It's also got a lot of pits in that top quartz, and then it's got some inclusions that are right there. It's got not an inclusion, but a gap. And then right over here, there's another gap. It's been letting water out on me when I'm trying to dry it down. Here's the other one. So I gotta turn this one upright. Also, and I rounded it off a little bit on this back end just because of this chip out here. I'm not going to polish that chip out, but I rounded it down so that the extra chips along the edge got worked out of it a little bit. This one here, I rounded off this end just enough because it was sticking out and was sharp right there. And it's also got a fracture that runs right along through here. So I just went on ahead and I left that. I didn't want to break the rest of that off because it might go further in than I wanted it to, or mess with something else. That's usually my luck. And my towels are new, so they're leaving a lot of lint. I needed dextrous because I'm dirtying them up too quick on some of these rocks with all the sand and stuff in them. Those Swazi agates. But I'm getting ready to take these to the 1200, and then we'll go to the 3000, and we'll be done with this. So here we go. Let me zoom this. Let me go ahead and zoom this in now. And we'll go ahead and get started. I didn't let these other wheels down either. Okay, I'm back. Here they are after they're done. Still got all the chips in the quartz. A few pits in the agate. not as bad as it could have been. I think these turned out a little better than the others. They're not, definitely not as pitty. I don't have as many pits down here in the bottom as the other one did. There's that pitting there that's like a place where it's busting out. I've got a few places like that. And this one on the end. No, actually that's the other one. Now there's still a little bit of it on this one. Right there. And there's the second one, the bigger side. And I'm gonna take both of these to mineral oil. I'll show you it close up first and then back it off and show you what it looks like without it. This quartz has a lot of crystals that's flashing back at you. I'm surprised this is pretty clear down below. At least on this side. On the back side it looks like it's more stained. Or back in behind the clear stuff looks more stained. Let's put it that way. And it's got a few places that wink at you on the front. Let me go ahead and just back that off. Little places of quartz that wink at you up in here. I have no idea what that is. And it's on botryoidal. There's the botryoidals, but those are on top of the crystal points. So it's like a stalactite or a stalagmite on top of a crystal point. Basically, I think is what it is the quartz grew and then this stuff came in on top of it and evaporated out. And for a minute that piece felt loose, but it's not. It was my finger giving way. Okay, let's back it all the way out and show you what it looks like with the light on it. Oh, I do have it upright. And there's the pit in the middle of this one. And there's that bug on the end where it was not quite solidly mineralized in the middle of on that line. It's good looking agates, but they ain't worth. Whoa, wait a minute. Oh, okay. But they ain't worth much more than or not worth using as much more than a sample. I look down here and there's this lighter yellow along this bottom piece here, and I tipped it back and it looked like it was flashing at me, but it wasn't. It was my imagination. It was just the color. It's because I've been looking at these two bright lights. Not looking at them, but looking in their general vicinity. But anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. I'll do these ones next. I know I've been threatening to do them, but I had another doctor's appointment yesterday. Last one for that doctor. Hopefully. But I'll be doing these two agates on the next one, these two lace agates. And then I'll have to go back to, I may stabilize these and maybe go ahead and cut them up and see if I can't make something out of them. I don't think these fractures are going to break because they've got all that staining on them, but sometimes that staining will leave a powdery surface that will not allow it to heal. Or I should say it didn't quite heal before it dried out and left a powdery surface. But I'll go ahead and stabilize these two and see if I can't make some cabs out of some parts of it. I think if I come over on top of this one, by the time I get it rounded down, well, no, I'll lose most of that. So it'll have to come in past those in order just to be, for this side to be, this edge to be a girdle, because I'm going to make preform cabs out of it, which means I'll use a stencil on it. And I don't know if that's a fortification line or what it is, or whether it's just a quartz band going through there. But I may still be able to get some good looking agate out of there somewhere. And I want to stabilize it first, because these Montana agates, they're always fractured up. So there's not many. If you're lucky to find any that have enough dendrites, little dots and trees and that type of stuff, in order for it to have enough of that. If you get enough of it to concentrated spot, then you could probably get real good cabs out of it. But I haven't found any of it yet. But I've still got a big one I got to cut up, but I just don't have the saw to do it. Oh, wait a minute. Huh. I believe these have been stabilized. They have. I remember now. I stabilized them. I just still didn't think I was going to be able to get good cabs out of them. I was going to make samples. But I've decided I'd rather get good cabs, because it would end up being fairly clear, not super, super clear, but if it got thinner, it'd probably clear up a little. And I don't plan on making them much more than about yay tall, if I can help it, about 1/4 of an inch, maybe a little less, maybe a little more. And this is how I can tell it's been stabilized, because that's cactus juice. It's been dried from setting it on the wax paper after I wiped it down to dry. So that's where that came from. There's not any on this one, but that doesn't mean anything either. Not all of them had it. I guess this one does have a little bit up here on this upper end. So this has been stabilized. Well, good. I can just go ahead and mark these off and cut them then. I'll have to figure out a way to do it. This right here don't look like it's going to be bad. I just got to look at the sizes, and this might not be too bad either. I'll probably lose these dendrites because they seem to be just underneath the surface here. But, well, no, I still ain't going to get that much out of there. Maybe I could go this way. But that'd almost put out this one. I don't know. I'll have to look at them. Sorry, squirrel. I usually try to take 2 videos ahead, and sometimes I think that messes me up, because I still forget every once in a while. What the heck was I going to do today? But anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching, and I want you all to remember this is Matt's Rocks 2, formerly Matt's Rocks, just Matt's Rocks. I still can't get into that channel to do anything with it. I can pull it up, and I can look at the comments, and I could put comments back on there, and I think that's what I need to start doing. I need to figure out how to do that. See if I can put comments, or at least comment back to the people that subscribed, because I think YouTube notifies you when you've commented, when you've got a reply or a comment, and maybe they'll get the message and maybe they won't, but hopefully I can get my 266 subscribers back, and I've got one whole subscriber now on this channel, and I've got 8 videos up. This will be the 9th. I still haven't started moving any of the others over. I still got a lot of I'm still fairly busy. And that doctor's appointment yesterday didn't help me any. But we'll get something figured out, and hopefully I can get back up to where I was, or at least close. I'd like to get to a couple thousand subscribers, like about 4, so that maybe I could start getting some sponsors or some partners that I can advertise for and that type of stuff, so that I can make some money, because I don't want to ask you guys for any money. That's not why you're watching it. And I would like to get money coming in. I need more money coming in so that I can go all the way to Montana and Utah and Arizona and all of that, and find some better rocks that I don't have to pay for. Of course, it costs me more getting out there than it would if I just paid for them, but I can pick them out by myself then, which is usually better, because well, with my luck, probably not, but I don't know. But anyway, you guys take care. Have a good day, and I'll see you on the next one.